I wake up in the AM and my brain is full of mayhem from the week of NFL on my mind. Before I even open X and try to send a text, gotta get it out my chest before I lose my mind. It's alright. If the D can't get a stop, the O-line just can't block, and it feels like it's a waste of your time. Trying hard just to care, wanna pull out your hair. Hang with Jimmy Wednesday morning, it'll be alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright to be mad as hell.
Jimmy's muted. I just realized Jimmy's muted. That's amazing. That's good. It probably won't, it's probably best you get the kids put up anyway. We got to get through this. Dak says we really do effing suck. I can't argue with him right now. I've got a coach's pet player and Pete we got to get to. Jimmy, can you even have a pet player this week? Yeah, we can. As droughty as it might be, as down as it is right now, we can. We're gonna do it, and then we're gonna tank for top 10, Jerry. That's what we're gonna do. I know you don't listen to us often, Jerry. I know you don't really, pay attention to your fan base. Let's get some lights on this. What are we doing here? Give me 1 second, guys. Let's get some lights on back. I know you don't really pay attention to your fan base that often, Jerry, but we've got no reason to win another single game this season. So let's not. Let's not win another single game this season. Let's tank for the top 10, Jerry. So we're going to get right through these topics. First off, we really do fucking suck. Thank you for being here with us. Excuse my language. Thank you for being with us this morning. If you watch later on, make sure you drop some comments. Make sure you throw us a like, a subscribe, turn on your notifications, do everything you got to do. It's AM MaYheM, Wednesday mornings. We're back where Jimmy J is going to come in here and we're going to rage out over everything wrong with the season. And fortunately for this show and for this specific podcast, we got plenty to rage about. There's plenty of nonsense and BS going on in Cowboys Nation. So let me know all about it. I'm fixing to let you know all about it. Topic number 1. We really do happen to suck. With that, coach? Well, I didn't say it, so don't blame me. But we really do suck. Dak said it. Dak, I believe his words were, we fucking suck. Okay? He said it, not me, not my words. How do we suck? Why do we suck? Is it the injury bug? That's what I want to get to. The phrase, the quote, it's there. It's out there. It exists in the world now. What I want to get to is the root cause of why we suck. Is it just the injury bug? People can say, but yeah, look at us week 1 versus the Browns. I'm not sure if the Browns were any good week 1. I think we beat a horrible team, a team who probably should have went winless this season if it wasn't for Jameis Winston and a couple flukes. Like who are the Browns now? They fired their head coach. The Saints come in and mollywopped us. They lost 7 straight after that. Their coach got fired. Ours is still hanging around. So where do we go? What's the root cause? Is it just the injuries? Is it coaching? Is it Zimmer's defense not being implemented quick enough and not translating onto the field? I don't know. What I do know is it's driving me freaking nuts. I do know that. I know that it's driving me absolutely mad. I can't stand it, but it is what it is. We're 3-6, 3-7. Hell, it feels like 3-20. And I hope we end at about 3-20 because I don't want to win more than 3 games. That'll put us That might give us the best pick in the draft. And whether you guys want the top, like, we don't need a quarterback. Why would you want the number one pick? Trade down, build the assets, put everything you can together to get this team rocking. Okay. But the nonsense has to stop. So, I won't argue with Dak. He said it, not me. We really do freaking suck, guys. Now, and I'll kind of touch on that topic. We don't suck as far as like all of our players suck, all of our coaches suck, but collectively the product we're putting on the field sucks. So Jimmy's beautiful wife is waking up. Good morning, beautiful wife. Good morning. Everybody say, hey, Jimmy's beautiful wife. Good morning. She hates waking up on Wednesday because Jimmy goes a little crazy. So, see, before I get on here with you guys, before 10 a.m. starts, I've got to get prepared. You might say, well, Jimmy, you don't look prepared at all. Look at that hair. But I got to get prepared. I watch a little Bob Ross. We paint happy little trees. I try to calm myself. And then I go out and I smash about 17, 18 things in the backyard. Every now and then pick a fight in a Walmart parking lot. It's just an array of things I try to do to release the rage. And then corporate was like, Jimmy, we got to keep you, a part of this team. We got to keep you on the star we are. So we got to figure out a different way. And so, that's the birth of MaYheM. And so thank you guys for joining me. Do I have a player in peeves this week? You bet your ass I got some peeves. Plenty of them. But we'll start with the player. We'll start with Coach's pet player. There's been an outstanding young man. Two, actually. You know what? I'll split it, but I'll go 1A and 1B, okay? I'll put one just slightly above the other. 1B, Micah Parsons. But he's been off the field, Jimmy. I know. But he's had a great attitude. He's had a good attitude. He's had, uplifting spirit. He's not been afraid to speak his mind, because I don't like it when people say players need to watch what they say. Say what there's a professionalism, but it's the same thing as airing it out, saying it's like this. When Micah says something like that to the public and you guys think it ruffled, Mike's feathers, or he threw some shade at Mike or whatever, it's no different than, let's say me and you work at Taco Casa and I tell the customers that they should order from me, not you, because you're rude and you're a bad employee. You can hate it all you want to. You can say, man, that's not good for business. You shouldn't do that. But I'm just being honest, so for me, I don't mind these guys. Say what you got to say. Be professional. Mind your words. You work for the organization. Don't throw anybody completely under the bus, but that's not what he did. Go read some of Jane Slater's posts. There's a lot of people looked into what Micah said. Anyway, I digress. 1B is Micah Parsons. I absolutely love the kid. Working hard, come back 100%, had a really good game. And, looking for him to continue to shine. Hopefully we get him paid sooner than later. Coach's pet player 1A, DeMarvion Overshown. DeMarvelous Overshown. DeMarvion overshowing out. There's a million different ways you can talk about Agent O, and there's 13 different plays every game he makes that you can chalk up to fantastic football. The kid is an absolute stud. It sucks that we didn't have him last year. Can you imagine having him all last year, and then he's had that much development into this year? He would be an all-pro. It seems like his play is phenomenal. If you watch any of the film on DeMarvion Overshown, his burst. Speaking of burst, talking about damn bursitis, when we all thought he was gone, Jimmy cried. I started crying. Landry and I looked at each other and we just put our heads down and we were like, no. The injury bug does it again. The kid looked like he tore his ACL. Somehow he's fine. Dodged that one. But yeah, DeMarvion Overshown, pet player through this week, probably the last month. And so we'll see how that goes going forward. Coach's pet peeve, I'm going to tell you right now. It's McCarthy. Coach Mike McCarthy. And I'll tell you why. The hot and cold. I don't mean he's on the hot seat, so don't get my words twisted. I'm not saying he's on the hot seat, even though a lot of you feel like he is, and maybe he is. I mean, he's on the hot seat as far as with this team this season. But when you come off 3 12 and 5-win seasons, you're going to have a job next year. And that's a lot of what Michael was talking about, right? So you're going to have a job next year. What I'm pissed off about is the inconsistency. A drive that looks like dial a few more of those up, that looks so rhythmic and so fluent. Where did that, and then the next drive, it's like 2 jet sweeps and some weird off zone run. It doesn't look the same. It's so hot, so cold. It's so inconsistent. I can't stand it. Mike McCarthy's driving me nuts the last couple of weeks to play calling. Some people were saying, but Jimmy, do you think it's Zimmer? Maybe no, because I've seen it dialed up. The play on Jalen Hurts where he dialed up the outside pressure with Micah. Overshown gets the direct hit, and Jalen Hurts just make a play and scores a touchdown and puts them in the lead, and then it kind of cascaded from there. Zimmer's been drawing up some good things. Zimmer's handicapped, guys. Okay, no defensive tackles, the worst defensive tackle in the league, injuries across the board. McCarthy's still got a runner-up MVP, a CD Lamb, and a young, healthy offensive line. For I guess about as healthy as you can be. Guyton's in and out, but nonetheless, Zimmer's been handicapped. So my pet peeve is Mike McCarthy. He's absolutely got to do better. And last but not least, we got to talk to Jerry Jones directly. We got to tank. We got to tank this mother trucker for the rest of the way. We got to turn it. We got to go on here. We're going to change this color. We're going to tone it down a little bit. We're going red mode. No, all losses. No more wins. No more wins, Jerry. I don't care what you call it. Pride. I know these players probably don't like it. People probably don't like it. Coaches probably don't like it. People's jobs get lost when you just lose and lose and lose and lose and lose. But you're down a backup quarterback. You've been injury riddled across the board on both sides of the ball, especially on defense, which is what a lot of people thought was your stronger unit, right? And then no one expects you to go win a single playoff game this year, especially with no Dak Prescott. So if you're not expected to win a single playoff game, who gives a shit about winning a regular season game? Don't do it. Get the number one pick. If you don't want Shador or Travis Hunter or whatever the case, trade it down. Do you know what the first pick is worth? Yeah, I think you all do. Well, let's go get it. I'm serious. 3 wins might get you the first pick. Let some of these 2-win teams win another game. Let us lose to Carolina. I mean, come on now. I want to take for top 10, Jerry. At least don't get me no more than 2 more wins. Put me at 5. That should get us up there. Landry and I were looking at it. I think 6 or 7 might push you just outside the top 10, and you start moving further down once you get past 6 wins. So I got no reason, for pride, let's go beat Washington and Philly. If that's the only 2 wins we get on the rest of the schedule, embarrass Philly in Philly and beat Washington in Washington, I'll be happy about that. Other than that, we don't need a W. We don't. So, guys, again, glad to crank up Wednesday morning again. Glad to get this off my chest. Glad to get the AM MaYheM rolling. Like I said, I used to, bail money started to get way too expensive for the wife on Wednesday mornings, Monday mornings, and stuff like that after games, going crazy, causing havoc. So I'm able to come get it out with you guys here. And next week, we got to go, see this kid named CJ Stroud. It's quarterback for the Houston Texans, and we got to go play him, and he's gonna dust us. He's gonna beat the crap out of us. I hope he does. We're not any good, and so Jimmy's gonna get out of here. I appreciate you guys being with me. It's been good, but I do have to say one thing before I get out of here. The comment about Jerry and the sun. Right, because if you had sunlight in your eyes, if Jerry Jones chaps your ass a little bit, then you're in the right place on Wednesday morning. If you can't, well, who cares where the sun is? We know damn well where the sun is. Fortunately, you get to know that for a year. What about the moon? Does anybody know where the moon is? What does that even mean, Jerry? I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. And I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna quit, Jerry. I'm gonna stop buying all your merchandise. I'm about to quit doing this podcast.